Okay, we're live for another day of Bitcoin mania. Earlier this morning, we had another pump. The whales are trying to grind down the shorts. That's all this is. They're trying to grind down the shorts so they can bring this price lower. I don't know how else to explain it. I know that if you go and you do a search for Bitcoin on YouTube, you'll find that virtually everybody thinks that Bitcoin is going to the moon. In fact, many of the titles are Lambos and Moon. But it's still well within the bear flag that I drew several weeks ago. And I really don't expect much else from Bitcoin right now. So if you're of the mind thinking that, hey, this is the next step to the $25,000 per coin, it's just think of it from a logical and rational point of view. What would actually drive Bitcoin up to that price? I'm trying to think. Would it be the Wyckoff model? Some mathematical formula that says, oh, it must go up there? That's such bullshit. Bitcoin is going to go up based on its fundamentals and whether or not people believe that by buying Bitcoin today, it's going to be worth more tomorrow. But I can guarantee you that institutional players don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I don't really care which way it goes, to tell you the truth. I don't care if it goes up, if it goes down. It means nothing to me. There's a little bit of a breeze in here. That's because I got the big-ass fan on here. Yeah, the vacation home only has air conditioning in the bedrooms. So anyways, what in the world would possibly bring Bitcoin up to $25,000 right now? What would be the impetus? What would be the fundamental reason? What would be the underlying, the undercarriage, the force beneath it? What could it possibly be? I've been asking this question over and over, and I keep on getting these dull, stupid answers that make no sense whatsoever. Can someone please help me out here? I need to know. What is so special about Bitcoin? Bitcoin now is going to take over the gold reserves? This is all wishful thinking. It's a psychosis. Psychosis of the mind. You start hanging around with the wrong people and you start thinking really bad thoughts. I'm not saying, evil or anything like that, just crappy, shitty thoughts. Clear your mind. Do a little meditation. Do something. Run around the block. I don't know. Get the cobwebs out of there. Stop thinking or falling into this group thing. What is Bitcoin worth right now? To you? Really, what is it worth? What are the transactions worth? The only people that are going to benefit from Bitcoin going up are a very, very small percentage of people in the world. Very, very small. They want it to go up, yeah, and they've got a lot of money, and they're pumping like hell to try to get it up there. I don't know if this fan is annoying. You got to tell me, but I am going to go and find the chat so we can find out what the hell's going on here. All right, here's the pop-out chat. And we're going to find out what you have to say. So I find all these comments in my previous videos berating me, saying, man, if you're not long, you're stupid. I think a lot of people, they play in a, first of all, they play in a different time frame than I do. I am not playing in the same time frame. I'm not playing as a short-term player. I've made this very, very clear. From a trader's point of view, short-term trading is a loser's game. It's a big, fat loser's game. You might make some profits here and there, think that you're a hero, but you're eventually going to lose. I trade long-term. All the most successful traders in the world trade long-term. There is not a single multi-million-dollar trader out there. I have to qualify this first. That is not associated with a prop trading firm doing order flow, or that is not doing high-frequency trading. Those are two very different animals, not available to retail traders. Other than that, there is not a single short-term trader that makes in the millions or anything close to that, period. They don't exist. They do not exist. There are no successful short-term traders. Period. End of story. Swing traders, there might be a few. But all the most successful traders are trend traders, or what we call position traders. All of them, every single one of them, are longer-term traders. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack. So you can try to fool yourself into thinking that by following some jamoke on YouTube, showing you some kick-ass TA, that you're going to meet your ultimate dream goal, Lambos and hoes to the moon. I have to take this call. What's up? I'm on air. What do you want? All right. Okay, bye. Sorry about that, but that was my son. And when it comes to family, and especially when you're on vacation, never, never refuse a call from your family members. At least your children or your wife, especially your wife. Just remind them that they're bothering you. So you can hold it over them later. All right. Oh, so there are some people here that want to challenge me on this. Woo, called the pump Friday. Oh, good for you. Rotation from alts to Bitcoin, pumping the price. And all they're doing, they're not really pumping the price. What they're doing is they're grinding down the spread between shorts and longs. That's what they're doing. They have to do that. There's no other way that they're going to do it without any kind of serious push down. Your short theory to sub 3K is not what the current price action is showing. Again, you're playing in way too short of a time frame. Get your ass out of the minutes and the hours and face reality. That's all noise. Nothing but noise. Got my plus 500% long going. That's fantastic, B-Trail. I am so happy for you, but you're going to be a loser in the long run. Guaranteed. The watcher, yo earn. An ETF, only thing that will vault to those highs right now. Bullshit. An ETF won't do crap, just like futures did crap. The market isn't waiting for that. The market is waiting for real value. That's what the market is waiting for. Price movements below 10K have only been a distraction to shake you out before 14K. I'm not sure exactly what that means, Red, but we'll take it for what it is. Bob the Miner. Ernie, what's up, mofa? I'm doing real well, Bob Miner. Having a great time here on the island. By the way, if you don't know, I'm on Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard, the home of the rich and famous. We see them on the beach all the time. We walk together with our dogs. Believe it or not, rich and famous are just like other people for the most part. Some of them are a little daffy. Let's see. What's wrong with trading? There's nothing wrong with trading. I just said that if you think that short-term trading is your thing, then your thing is going to be losing. There is no long-term viability in short-term trading alone, period. There are no successful short-term traders. Everybody wants you to think they are, but they're doing nothing but shoveling you a load of crap. The only truly successful traders are long-term traders, period. It's as simple as that. This is not even debatable. Now, that's not to say that every once in a while, somebody will get lucky and make a bunch of short-term moves and get lucky for maybe a year, maybe two, but they'll eventually give it all back. It's just the way it is. Now, again, that's not to say that short-term or medium-term trading shouldn't be in your arsenal. I am a big proponent of having strategies in all the time frames. I'm just saying weight most of your strategies to the long-term strategies, a lesser amount to medium-term, and a much smaller amount to short-term, but only if you understand and know your edge. Otherwise, it's a loser's game. The fan is okay, not too bad. Okay, that's good. Because it's a big ass fan. I mean, it's like this big, and it's only a few feet away from me, and it's blowing like hell. A hockey player doesn't care where the puck is now, only where it's going. Oh, all right, Wayne Gretzky wannabe. I have no idea how hockey, that analogy applies to Bitcoin, but go ahead. You know, what you should really do is stick to like Yogi Berra quotes. They're much more entertaining. I think it was Bobby Orr that said, Bobby Orr was a famous defenseman who I believe was a superior hockey player to Wayne Gretzky, although Gretzky had the overall points. Bobby Orr was a defenseman who beat all forwards with more points than anybody else. That should tell you something about him. Bobby Orr, you know what he said? When the puck got into their zone, he would say, "Hey, let's get the puck out of here." Bob Miner, contact me. I'll teach you how to make your own RSO for cheap. Heal yourself and your dog. Buddhism serious. I am one of the best. I really appreciate that, Bob. I don't advertise this much or that much. That we have a great deal of expertise here in the Varatimus household with creating distillates and RSO and many other such types of extracts. A great deal of experience. And while we appreciate it, I really appreciate the sentiment. Really do. Thank you very much. I like to swing trade and make money. That's good. Those are two mutually exclusive statements. Here is the name, Dan from Chart Guys. So you're going to say that he's the guy who's making millions. From the Chart Guys. Okay. How many Bitcoin is mooning videos have just hit the YouTube on this anthill in the chart? That, Chuck, you know, that's the thing. Every time I go on my daily show, I first type in Bitcoin in the YouTube search, and then I filter it down to the last 24 hours and the last hour. And from there, I can get the sentiment of the day. You know, what all these short-term traders are trying to convince you where things are going. All right. Yeah, Dan, he's a day trader. Yeah, and sorry, but until I see his statement year in, year out, I believe nothing. I've been in this game for a long time. I've dealt with a lot of professional traders. I don't know a single consistent short-term trader ever. Okay, Bitcoin running out of time, in my opinion. Weekly shows Bitcoin needs to get beyond 8,500 soon or drop to 2K. That may be soon. That may be true, Trojan Hell. I don't know. It could go up a little bit further. That's a possibility. I said that yesterday. There's about a 20-25% possibility. Thoughts on precious metals. Precious metals are just having a bad quarter. Not a bad day, not a bad week, but a bad quarter. Maybe even a bad year. There is absolutely no love for precious metals. And I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity in gold, silver, particularly platinum. Particularly platinum. That is about, I know that there are some out there saying that silver is the most undervalued commodity in human history. No, I think it's platinum. So B-Trail says, ETF settled and Bitcoin will pump it up. You're dead wrong. I don't care I really don't care what you think. I'm not wrong. ETFs have nothing to do with pumping this market up. ETFs are not going to all of a sudden attract millions of traders. Not going to happen. Nor are they going to attract institutional traders. Just proves how weak whale pump is now, relying on short squeezes just to push it up. And that is true. That is the only time they can push it up is when, and look at how much they pushed it up, 250, 300, maybe even if they go 500 points on the biggest short squeeze spread ever. And this is all that they can do. Right, how you doing, man? Just got back from a long vacation. Well, I am still on vacation, having a great time. Weather is fantastic. So normally weather here in the Northeast at this time of the year is hot and humid, but it has been, and it was like that for most of the first 3 quarters of the summer. But now it's more like Southern California weather, right around that 77, 80 degree mark, nice and dry, slight breeze. It's friggin' awesome. B-Trail, you're starting to a little bit too much. All right. Frederick Newman, how long is long term? Well, something longer than swing trading. Swing trading is typically a few days to a few weeks. So long term would be taking from there. It's from the very shortest long term to longer term. It could be weeks, months, even years. But I would say weeks and months are typically what most trend traders are looking for. They're looking for longer term trends that last maybe seasonally. That might give you an idea. Nostradamus has spoken. That's right, Magic Cracker. That's a great name, Magic Cracker. I wonder what that means. Saj. Ernie, I know a short-term trader with an edge that are making money over the years. Not much, but they are making money consistently. Yeah. Then why aren't they turning that into a lot more money? If they were making money and that may very well be. I could trade short term and I could make money consistently. I'm not going to get rich, that's for sure. And there are a few, everything that I say, that it's not mutually exclusive. There are not zero consistent short term traders. There are some. They're usually in one of two categories. They're either in high frequency trading or they are in order flow prop trading firms scalping. But in the context of a prop trading firm, there may be a couple of others here and there, but they represent the vast minority, vast minority. There is no prescriptive method that they could teach anybody else where they could also make consistent profits. I heard you were going to 8K by end of week. I heard we were going to 8K. You just heard it? A little birdie told you? Ernie, are you in pot enhanced mode today? No, I'm not. Very rarely am I in pot enhanced mode today. I don't smoke the flower. Maybe do some of the vapor from the distillates, and occasionally the edibles, but not much else. Let's some audited track records from these profitable short-term traders. Dimitri, yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Auditable track records. Otherwise, I don't believe them, ever. Why do you think platinum is the most undervalued precious metal? Or for fundamental or technical reasons, interesting point of view? Mostly for fundamental reasons. I've been studying platinum for a long time, been a very, very big trader in platinum and gold and silver for quite a few years. And it's amazing to me when you look at the fundamental picture from platinum, both from an industrial point of view, from a mining and above ground point of view, the limited supply and limited extraction capability, the political strife. It's tied to the automotive industry. I mean, there's a huge number of factors. The dwindling above ground supply, all of that. So yeah, platinum, I believe, is very, very undervalued, and it's getting no love from those people that believe that electric vehicles are going to be upon us very soon. Hayseed Appalachian, warm down here. I would imagine so. Stab. You said yesterday that you're going to do something interesting today. Did I say I was going to do something interesting today? What the hell could that be? Dang. That's putting a lot of pressure on me, Stab. We'll have to push it off to tomorrow. CNBC did biggest chilling hour of all time. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'll have to check that out. Most people don't have the fortitude to stick with long-term positions. That's right, because they do not believe in anything that they do. Short-term, at least, they get some immediate feedback from that, and they may get enough that it stirs those dopamine levels in them, and they remember what that feels like, and they want that feeling back over and over again, so they keep on going back, and they can keep on dosing themselves. The problem is that they can't dose themselves enough, but they still want to dose themselves. They're willing to take that short-term dosing of dopamine, even though they're going to experience that longer-term ill effect of depression. High-frequency trader, market makers, exchange rebates, those are the only consistent short-term traders. These are the rest are gamblers. That is very true. Well, market makers, I don't even consider them traders. It's basically a job to make the market. They take basically the exchange rebate. I mean, that's their job, is to make the market, and then they take that tiny, tiny little spread. Romano has eaten ass. I'm not sure who that is. Alt season is about to start. Gewaltling. That's a difficult one to say. Isn't the fact we didn't dump from China ban and ETF denial gloriously bullish? Why? Why is that bullish? That we didn't dump from it? So you're saying because we don't dump, that is bullish? That doesn't make any sense. So we are still in a bear flag. Yeah. I don't see how that's changed at all. Do you think whales are interested in dropping below 6? I think they're interested in dropping way below 6K. Maximus K, looks like some pot stocks are now on the run. Any thoughts on that sector? I don't follow the sector. Not yet. It's way too early. I know that there are some great plays out there. I'm just not into penny stocks. And there are some stocks that are now maybe emerging that might make their way into regular exchanges, but that's still a ways off. The chart guys is actually a serious guy. He seems to be focused on TA, but actually cares and understands the fundamentals in his trading. Also, he goes away from crypto to trade stocks, commodities. Ernie, friend, we need to talk. Just came back from the tetherball court, so playtime is over. You've continuously said that BTC will drop below 5K, then you will start accumulating. Yeah. What's your strategy now? What do you mean, why would my strategy change? I don't get it. What has changed? There's nothing has changed. Do I see a 1,000-point drop? I guess eventually. You know, what I am up to, though, is that with this pump up, and as I said, my basic strategy is that any 200 to 300-point rally is where I would start shorting on a short-term basis. That's my short-term trading, all right? Short-term trading, probably not really day trading, more like a swing trade. I wait for any move, 200 to 300 points, and then I start entering shorts. So yes, I am entering shorts on this move. He has no emotions about crypto, doesn't care if I think he's talking about the chart guy. Doesn't care if it goes up or down. He is very patient. He is also serious and fine. Whatever you think that, whatever he is pushing his persona to be, whatever that is, I'm glad you feel that you really know this guy. Emerging market to correlate with Bitcoin, that's the CNBC FUD. The emerging market is going to correlate with Bitcoin? Where do they get, that's just like another talking point, something else that they can throw out there that other people, you know, other retail traders can then start reverberating around the net, and they'll see if whether or not that has any traction. What are your thoughts on the current Bitcoin backwardation? You can't really look at, now, if you're talking about backwardation on BitMEX, I don't follow the futures there. I only follow it on CME and CBOE futures. And right now, there isn't enough volume in future months to be able to look at any kind of backwardation situation. I like what you say all the time. Short every rally, ride them up, then short the puck out of here. Yeah, Chili Willy, that's it. You just short every rally. It's been a fantastic strategy, has not failed us yet. And I would say, I would go even further, and I'd say I'd keep on doing it until it hurts, until I start bleeding. Really. Because I've been doing it for a long time, and it's been very, very successful. Why stop? Yeah, I've heard of backed. No, you're wrong, B-Trail, sorry. You're just misinformed. Man, you're just showing how misinformed and how much of a newbie you really are. By consistent short term, I meant that the guy sometimes has a losing month or break-even month. Everybody does. I underestimate backs. Of course I do. Could you say more about platinum? Why more better than silver, please? Well, I mentioned a few things. I mentioned that the above ground supply has been dwindling, that they have not been replenishing that above ground supply for a long time. There was only so much of it. The mines that principally come from South Africa are largely shutting down. They have no new investment in those mines. There is a lot of political strife down in that area that is making it much more difficult to do new investment. The auto industry is somewhat on an uptick, and using more platinum and platinum group metals as of late, so that is going to further decrease the above ground supply. I mean, there are many, many other reasons that I could get into in terms of industrial use of platinum and where it's going, where it's needed. And basically, it's a supply-demand issue. But I've been saying this now for the past year, and it hasn't hit its the threshold, whatever that threshold is. I don't know what it is. So I'm taking a long-term position on that. What do you mean nothing has changed, Ernie? It's pumped over 1K. Please, I think pumped over 1K. I think you just need to readjust your strategy and pay more attention to the fundamentals that are going on. The market isn't going back down. Okay, whatever you say. I don't care. I mean, it's pumped 1K many, many times. And I've been right every single time, by the way. What do you think of the US dollar? Trump doesn't like a strong dollar. I don't, you know, I really don't know what they have in mind, to tell you the truth. I like a strong dollar. I like the dollar basically where it is. Ernie, traders can't make money consistently in these markets. Also, Ernie, open shorts after all these rallies, and this strategy never loses. Oh, I see. You're quoting me. Traders can't make money consistently in these markets. Yeah, well, I'm making consistent profits in shorting, but it's not something I'm going to hang my hat on. And like I said, I believe I have a serious edge there. Did you notice Ether is still under $300? Will it fall in the long term? I have no, you know, I think that all the altcoins are going to fall soon. I'm still calling for the big crash. We need the big friggin' crash. South African collapse, which is coming, will increase the value of platinum. I agree with that. South Africa is becoming like Zimbabwe, completely third world. Well, it already is third world, but it's getting worse. Quit pot, Bernie. By the way, my name's Ernie, not Bernie. It makes you sad. No, that's not true. It depends on what strain that you're taking. Where is the all-time low? Where is the all-time low? I'm not sure how to answer that. I guess the all-time low is 0. Laughing out loud, Bitcoin was at 20K. Everyone said it's going to 50K. Now it's at 550, and everyone said it was shorting every rally. Sounds disastrous for the shorts. Bitcoin royalty. Wow, that's quite a name. UPOC win. Altcoin did pump 5 times in 2 weeks. Will they go lower? I missed the pump. Don't know. That's okay, Jonathan. Everybody can mess with me. I'm here to be your punching bag. All Eyes says, what is the big crash, Ernie? Let's be real. What do you consider to be the real crash? The markets have fallen over 75%. Elaborate. I've elaborated on this so many times, and you've been part of that elaboration. Why must you keep asking me this? Why? You know that I am not accumulating until we get below 4K, and I'd love to see it perhaps hit 1K. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying that I'm preparing my accumulation strategy to accumulate from 4K down to 1K. Can we get more future calls? Yes, we can. Not, you know, it's kind of tough while I'm on vacation because the coordination with my partner is not so great. What's my plan if I'm wrong? If I'm wrong, then I'll start trading this market up. It's as simple as that. I don't know when I'll be wrong. If it breaks above 10,000, if something else happens fundamentally, and unless something happens fundamentally, I don't think I'm going to be wrong. I don't know when the Bitcoin washout will happen. It's taken a little while, a little longer than I thought. Maybe this fall. I don't know if you remember, Ernie. Last week I said everyone's saying Bitcoin going down soon. It's going to go up. Look at me now. All right, so I drew a flag saying that it's going to go up and down in there as well. I fully expected it to stay within that channel. So was I right too? Can you long salt? Let's be real. I see salt going through the roof after the 5K accumulation never happens. Salt. Who really gives a shit about salt? Make that $18.99 since yesterday. Okay, I have to put this to. Oh, when's this altcoin washout going to happen? More just continue to be added. There's 1,890 coins now. 1,899 since yesterday. So there's still that many. Well, that's how many coins are actually being listed. There are actually many more coins than that, and they're not listed by all the exchanges. And most of those exchanges eventually are going to go away. All right. So there wasn't really a whole lot to report today. We can take a look at the charts. Why don't we do that? Let's see what we have here. All right, take a look at that guy. All right. So here's my channel. Basically, I guess you could extend it and say that we could go up to here. I said yesterday that I guess it's possible that we come up and hit this 7,200 mark. Very possible. It looks like that we went up there briefly. We're currently hovering just over 7,000. Yeah, I think this is probably a good place to short. That area, anywhere in this area, is a damn good place to short. That's what I would say. Is it possible to go back up here? It certainly is. It is certainly possible. Is it likely? I don't think so. There's nothing telling me, there's no real push to get up to here. But we're still well within this channel. I mean, we could, I guess, you know, extend the channel. It would still be a very, very healthy bearish flag. I don't see how anything has changed. If someone could like enlighten me how this has changed at all, this outlook. Anybody enlighten me, please. I need to be enlightened. Are you on board the XRP hype train? No, absolutely not. I think that that's all that is. Wishful thinkers. XRP is dead. There's no good reason why altcoins would be any better as actual currencies than, let's say, rubber ducks. Alts are the tail of the comet. That's an interesting way to look at it. Wrong, it's 2,890 coins. Well, they're not counting my Junto coin, so it must be 2,891. Bitcoin royalty, high or low, minor cost. What does minor cost have to do with anything? Minor cost, first of all, most people quote an average, and the average ranges dramatically from one region to the next around the world, anywhere from $1,700 to $12,000. So if minor cost, say, averages around, I don't know, 6,000 or 5,800, all that means is that if it gets down to that level, then there's going to be some people that are going to be underwater and others that are going to be making a lot of money. That's all that means. And who cares about Backed? Oh, I talked about Backed in at least 2 other videos. I am unimpressed There's really nothing coming from there. It is not the impetus for any move up. Enough said. All right, we've hit the 43-minute mark. I like to try to keep it under 45 minutes. What I would like everybody to do right now is go down and hit that like button right this second and share this video. I would very much appreciate it. We are going to be bringing, as I had promised that I would start talking more about futures calls and Bitcoin calls. I haven't got my act together yet, and that's mostly because I'm on vacation. I am working with my my partner on this. We have some communications problems, again, mostly because I'm on vacation. And don't have all my resources or my attention. So that's a problem. But I do want to say that I love you all. I want to thank you very much for joining me here today. Please share this video, and we will see you tomorrow. See, if I were home, tonight would have been a pool night. I would have been out playing 9-ball somewhere. I'm going to see if there's any place to play 9-ball on the island. Maybe I can make a little money. Anywho, thank you all for showing up. Adios, amigos, amigas.